Have you ever wondered what might drive an oppressed nation to rise against an empire, knowing the odds are stacked heavily against them? Our story begins in the year 70 AD, a time of turmoil and struggle. The Jewish people, under the oppressive rule of the Roman Empire, embarked on a fierce rebellion, one that was so much more than a political revolt. It was a fervent quest for liberation, a cry for freedom from the shackles of an oppressive occupation. This rebellion was also a poignant assertion of national identity and religious autonomy, a people asserting who they were and what they believed in amidst the chaos of an all-consuming empire. Their struggle, their courage, their faith, all woven into the fabric of this extraordinary rebellion. Join us as we journey back to 70 AD to witness the bravery, desperation and faith that fueled one of the most significant rebellions in ancient history. Our tale begins in the bustling city of Jerusalem, a city under the thumb of the Roman Empire. It's a melting pot of cultures, a mosaic of traditions, but beneath this vibrant surface, the city is a pressure cooker, ready to explode. The Roman occupation has left its mark, and not in a way that sits well with the inhabitants. Jerusalem, once a beacon of Jewish culture and religious freedom, has been stifled by the heavy hand of Rome. The Romans, seeing Jerusalem as a hub of wealth and resources, imposed oppressive taxation on the Jewish population. The Jewish people, once free to trade and prosper, found themselves squeezed dry, their earnings siphoned off to fill Roman coffers. But the Romans didn't stop at economic exploitation. They also sought to control the religious practices of the Jewish people, imposing restrictions that were anathema to their deeply held beliefs. Temples, once places of worship and community, were transformed into symbols of Roman power and dominance. The Romans even installed their own high priest, a puppet who danced to their tune, further undermining the spiritual autonomy of the Jewish people. The Jewish population watched as their beloved Jerusalem was desecrated, their culture diminished, their religion manipulated. The city they once knew was slowly being eroded away, replaced by a shadow of its former self that bore the heavy imprint of Roman rule. This growing discontent among the Jewish population was a spark waiting to ignite a flame. The oppressive taxation, the religious restrictions, these were not just policies, they were personal. They were an affront to their identity, their beliefs, their very way of life. The Jewish people could feel the sting of these injustices, feel the weight of Roman boots on their necks. With tensions simmering, it was only a matter of time before the pot boiled over. The Jewish people, pushed to their limit, were ready to reclaim what was rightfully theirs. The stage was set, the pieces in place. The spark of rebellion was about to ignite a revolution that would shake the very foundations of the Roman Empire. And so in the year 70 AD, the Jews took a stand. A critical moment in human history, a point where an oppressed people said, "Enough!" The Jewish rebellion was not a sudden outburst, but a calculated, deliberate act of defiance against their Roman occupiers. The initial stages of the rebellion were marked by a series of Jewish victories. Courage and determination, fueled by the desire for freedom, led them to triumph over the Romans in several skirmishes. These early successes sparked hope, galvanizing even the most skeptical into action. The Jews, for a brief moment, tasted what it meant to be truly free. However, the Romans, a formidable force known for their military prowess, were not to be underestimated. The Roman legions, under the leadership of future Emperor Titus, laid siege to the heart of Jewish resistance, Jerusalem. A fortified city, Jerusalem was a symbol of Jewish identity and faith. The siege was not just a military strategy, but a psychological war designed to break the spirit of the Jews. Yet the Jews, far from being daunted, put up a brave resistance. Men, women, and even children fought with everything they had. They defended their city, their homes, their faith, and their freedom, with a fierceness that astounded their oppressors. Every street, every alley, every house became a battlefield. The courage displayed by the Jews during the siege of Jerusalem is a testament to their indomitable will. The rebellion, ignited by the flame of freedom, burned bright and fierce. It was a beacon of hope in the darkest of times, a symbol of resistance against oppression. It was a declaration to the world that the Jews were ready to fight, ready to die, but never ready to yield. But as the siege wore on, it became clear that the Romans were not going to be easily defeated. Sacrifices were made, lives were lost, but the spirit of rebellion, the spirit of freedom, lived on. The rebellion was not just a fight for freedom, but a battle for identity, for religion, for the right to exist as a free people. And this spirit, this flame, would continue to burn long after the rebellion ended. Despite the valiant efforts of the Jewish defenders, the mighty Roman legions proved too strong. The year was 70 AD, and the once vibrant city of Jerusalem was under siege. The Roman legions, under the command of Titus, son of Emperor Vespasian, were a force to be reckoned with. Their discipline, their strength, their sheer numbers, all combined to form an unstoppable force. The Jewish defenders fought bravely, their spirit fueled by a fierce desire for freedom. But the Romans were relentless. The city walls, once thought impregnable, were breached. The Romans flooded into the city, their ruthless efficiency evident in the swathes of destruction they left in their wake. The Second Temple, the heart of Jewish religious life and a symbol of their national identity, was not spared. The Romans set it ablaze, reducing the beautiful structure to ashes and rubble. It was a devastating blow, a painful loss for the Jewish people. The final defeat of the Jewish forces came with the fall of Masada in 73 AD. The fortress, perched high on a plateau, had been the last stronghold of the Jewish rebels. But even this remote outpost could not withstand the Roman siege. The defenders chose death over capture, a testament to their indomitable spirit. The brutality of the Romans was evident in their tactics. They enslaved thousands of Jews, selling them in markets across the Roman Empire. Many were forced to participate in gladiatorial games, their lives reduced to mere entertainment for the Roman populace. The city of Jerusalem was left in ruins, its people scattered. The consequences were tragic. The vibrant Jewish community that had once thrived in Jerusalem was decimated. The loss of the Second Temple marked a turning point in Jewish history, leading to a period of diaspora and change. The rebellion was crushed, but the spirit of the Jewish people remained unbroken. Despite the fall of Jerusalem, the Jewish people maintained their identity, their faith, and their resilience. The story of their struggle against the Romans is a testament to their enduring spirit, a spirit that continues to inspire today. In the wake of the rebellion, the landscape of Judea was forever changed. The once flourishing region was now a smoke-filled wasteland, its grand temple reduced to rubble, its people scattered. The rebellion had not only shaken the physical foundation of Judea, but had also left a profound imprint on the Jewish psyche. The aftermath of the rebellion saw the Jewish people in diaspora, dispersed across different parts of the Roman Empire and beyond. This dispersion, though initially a consequence of defeat, became a vehicle for the preservation and propagation of Jewish culture and religion. The Jewish people carried with them their traditions, their faith, and the memories of their homeland, ensuring the survival of their identity in foreign lands. The Jewish diaspora also led to the emergence of Rabbinic Judaism. With the destruction of the temple, the central place of worship, the focus shifted towards synagogues and the study of Torah. This marked a significant transformation in Jewish religious practice, paving the way for a more decentralized and accessible form of worship. The rebellion also left a lasting legacy as a symbol of resistance against oppression. Despite the odds, the Jewish people had dared to rise against one of the most powerful empires of the time. Their courage and determination resonated through the ages, inspiring countless other movements for freedom and justice. The memory of the rebellion became a poignant reminder of the cost of freedom, the resilience of faith, and the power of a united people. It served as a testament to the Jewish spirit, a spirit that refused to bend under the weight of oppression, a spirit that held on to hope even in the face of despair. And so the Jewish rebellion against the Romans in 70 AD stands testament to the indomitable spirit of a people driven by faith, identity, and the quest for freedom. As we journey back to the present, the echoes of the past still resonate. In a time long past, the Jewish people, chafing under the oppressive yoke of the Romans, ignited a rebellion that still burns brightly in the annals of history. Sparked by a fervent quest for liberation and a poignant assertion of national identity and religious autonomy, this rebellion was more than an act of defiance. It was an affirmation of identity. As the flames of rebellion engulfed Jerusalem, the city fell, a testament to the destructive force of conflict. Yet from the ashes rose a legacy of resistance, an enduring testament to the indomitable spirit of the Jewish people. The aftermath of the rebellion saw an irrevocable shift in Jewish life and culture, shaping the trajectory of their history. In the end, the Jewish rebellion against the Romans in 70 AD was not just a historical event, but a tale of human resilience, faith, and the timeless struggle for freedom.